Good evening. Well, hello. This is installment 9 of my playthrough in Kerbal Space Program 1.3 with the Uncharted Lands mod by Hill Ashley, I think is the mod developer. That sounds right. And yeah, we're in an old version of Kerbal where things are a bit different, and we got a mod where we've got these beautiful rings. And anyway, last time Gwenvin Kerman got her turn to land on the moon, and I complained a lot about not getting enough science. So, in between, while you weren't watching, I actually built this. It's called Take the Rocket Car, and it works exactly as you might think. It has rocket thrusters and aircraft wheels. We have rocket thrusters, but not powered wheels. We have retractable aircraft landing gear, but no wings. In any case, this is a recreation, and I'm gonna come to a stop because I've already actually driven this all over the place. Remember how I only got 100 science back from the moon when I went to the moon, and I was very sad, and I was worried because error. Well, sorry if there's a problem with YouTube. I was very worried because I thought, how are we going to get enough science? I'm going to have to repetitively do the same thing over and over again. But as it turns out, simply by driving around the Space Center, doing all the science that is on this vessel, getting out, getting it, with Gwenvin, she can thankfully take a surface sample from here. Kerbals have long arms. And then she can get back in. We did that. I did that after the last time I played for like a long time. Spared you that. And we came back with almost 300 science. So with what we got from that, I unlocked a bunch of stuff. So I'm very excited. I'm excited for what we got going on today. Apparently it's nighttime now. It gets confused sometimes. However, we still need to wait for our pad. So we're going to ignore. We have We have a window to go to the planet Moho in the next day or so. I'm going to delete these because I have this timer that goes off whenever I launch a rocket. I set a timer of 1/10 the mass of the rocket in tons in days, and that's how long I have to wait before I can launch another vehicle. And if you don't do stuff like that, like, you just have to sit there and time warp for no reason. So I'm not really ready on this window anyway. I'm just going to delete these Moho windows, or I guess I'll leave one up just so I know when the last one was. But anyway, we're gonna warp to it. It's gonna stop us. We're gonna live with the fact that the sky is glitchy right now. The sun is not existing at the moment. Don't be concerned. Yep. Moho window. Close. Actually, I need to be in the tracking station because once we get to the pad... Ooh. Music. This is our launch center. This is Dres. That's where we're going. So let's be... let's look at Kerbin, please. Alright, go ahead and warp until the pad is ready. But I also need to attempt to launch at a time of day where we can actually make it to Dres. So when this is done, we need to sit on the windowsill. Yep, close alarm, pad is ready. Let's fly the windowsill so that I can build a little maneuver node. I put this in orbit so that I could do transfer window planning. It's the only way that I can do it. Where is Dres? There it is. So this vessel isn't going to do the transfer. This is just going to help me eyeball where I want to be in my launch window. Looks like I want to be not quite 90 degrees. Look at Kerbin. There's Dres. Hang on. Can I turn on the... If I turn on the comm network, then I can see the lines that are headed to Dres. Smart. I'm being a smart. The burn is almost 9... It's just a little less than 90 degrees, isn't it? Oh, it's an optical illusion. I'm getting an optical illusion because of the way that the return goes. Let's fix that so I can see. It's a little less than 90 degrees. So that means that I want to launch when the space center is actually exactly lined up. With Dres. And then in the time that the orbit takes... I hope this makes some sense. I'm not sure this is making any sense, but there's Dres. There's the Space Center. I need it to be... This is going to be a nighttime launch, I think. Let's warp it around. Wish I could see through it. At least I can see the flag. I want... Dres roughly aligned in the middle. And if I'm late, it's easier to correct than if I'm early. Because I can wait. I know that doesn't make any sense. But it does. I just can't make it. Okay. There we go. I might have waited too long. Let's go back. We are launching another probe to Dres. This time, it's tidal wave 3, and we've stuck it on top of the big old booster. There's tidal wave 3, launching on the Phileas super heavy launch vehicle, and I've actually customized this because one of the nodes that I invented, one of the technologies that came out of all this was fuel lines. So let's have some music. We're gonna have a little bit of chill electronic dance music, I guess. Still unhappy with the stream health, so I'm sorry if the game is laggy. Might be the internet at this time of night, I'm not sure. Anyway, here is my large rocket with its custom launch clamps. Full power, full throttle. This is the rocket that launched the probe to Eve, except I've attached fuel lines. I hope it works. And I might reload if I need. 6, 7, 8. If there's music on, I count down wrong. I'm going the wrong way. Hang on. Revert. I'm going to revert that because everything I thought I standardized this and that everything I launched was going to launch the same way, but this is launching upside down from whatever I was going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Beautiful. I love these KW rocket engines. I say that every single time. Alright, let's see pointing prograde and see if that works. Try point this way. I'm going to try to be less obsessive about getting all the details right. Launching out over the ocean. There go those. I think I need to redo this again. I'm sorry, everybody. I've been flying different rockets because I was doing simulations of my new designs because we've invented new rockets. And now I don't remember how to do these ones again. Last time. Alright, this needs to start tipping over right away, it seems. There we go. And then you turn stability off rather than using the prograde marker. And then you point it correctly. What's my thrust to weight ratio right now? 2.5. Okay, it's just a lot higher thrust to weight ratio than I was used to. And then I think this is going to be okay. Oh yeah, those burn out fast. Right, because I attached fuel lines. So now the fuel drains in asparagus style. I haven't made an asparagus in Kerbal Space Program in a little while. This might be too shallow, but we'll find out. Worst that can happen is I cheat again. Yeah, we want this number to be going up, not down. There we go. Ain't the most efficient way to launch into space. What's going on with the music? I feel like we got two songs at once now. Keep going up. We need my time to apoapse to continue to be increasing. Who knows? I feel like I should redo this one as well, but we're here. Oh yeah, this ain't gonna work. Alright, last try. Sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing. This is the reality of Kerbal. The fact that I don't have a lot more reverts, I think this might be the most redos I've done in one of these streams. I could just let it be a failure, but then we have to do a bunch of extra steps. Oh, also, that reminds me, I gotta set the timer. Add, don't attach, it's a raw time alarm that says pad ready, and this vehicle is 72, so this is one of the heaviest ones we've launched. An 8-day pad ready alarm. Alright. Z, T, and let's try again. Pitch forward at 60, there we go. And then point surface prograde. Alright, and we're about to lose the first two boosters already. I'm going to open this back up because I feel like that's useful. Thrust to weight ratio, 2.4. I'm going to drop way down when we drop the Mavericks off. Yeah, it's now 1.5. It's looking a bit better. Fingers crossed. This is not the thrust to weight ratio you want to have at this stage of the launch. This is, we're going up too slow. We should still expect this vehicle to be more capable than the ones that we've launched before if we can get the ascent profile correct. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting a higher time to apoapse. That's more reasonable. And it looks prettier too. There we go. Alright, forget those other launches. Those were bad dreams. Again, we're going to lose the other two engines. And I love when the separator motors work. Oh, it's so pretty. And now we're down to just thrust to weight ratio of 1 on this single engine. But it is okay because we've already kind of made the time to apoapse pretty long. So even though the time to apoapse is not going up very fast, we have time to do it. I'm going to point to surface prograde all the same until we get, because that points us up a little higher, until we get our apoapse out of the atmosphere, because this is not the most efficient place to be doing all of our burn. We just need to get up to about 90, I'll be content to coast. Beautiful. I'm gonna quick save because this took a lot of work. Alright. Now you can see the parabolic arc we're tracing. Isn't that pretty? It gets longer as you go. Kerbal makes rockets so intuitive. Alright. Almost at 90. And there's our boosters falling back down into the ocean. It's going to be a long time before I try to work on any reusable rockets in this save because there's no money. I was realizing with no money, because we're not doing career mode, we're just doing science mode, it's less of a hassle for me because I'm always really annoyed by the contract system in stock KSP. We have two musics going on at once. However, alright, let's quick save again because I think I can deploy. Yeah, it's a little rough, but it's okay. What was I trying to say? I was attempting to say that because we are not doing career mode and we don't have contracts and the game isn't saying we're going to pay you this much money to go to the moon or to take a temperature scan from Bob's uncle's spot, or whatever. Because it's not doing that, we're also, well, we don't have to worry about money, which is lovely, but we also are not getting the little trickle of science rewards that you actually get from career mode when you successfully complete something. Pardon me. Now we are circularizing, changing the shape of this line. Got some smooth dance music. Okay, now it says it's not getting an error, so hopefully it's doing better now. I'm going to turn that off and just watch the numbers myself. Alright, AppWaps 92. Great, 90, 92. F5. Oh my goodness. Now, did we do our timing right? Possibly. I'm gonna like this song, by the way, because this is the kind of thing that I have in mind when I want to listen to Pretzel Rocks, spelled with a Z. Pretzel. Alright, let's turn off this crazy amount of lines. And let's see how we did getting our timing. See, because our launch site is not on the equator, our orbit is on an inclination, and that inclination doesn't match the inclination of the places that we're going. Although, however, we do have good timing for this because we did have Drez goes like this, and we're like that in the right direction. But we want this place where we are perpendicular to the plane, I guess, where we cross the plane of our target, to happen to be where we need to burn in order to intersect. And it's almost right. There we go. Now this isn't quite right. So let me get the encounter, and now let me fiddle with it. Focus on Drez. We change the time of the burn just a little bit. We can do a lot to change the way that we cross. Burn slightly earlier. And now burns even slightly or more. Burn slightly later. Burn slightly or... Nope. Alright, that's close. 24 kilometers crossing over. And that looks like a pretty flat trajectory too, which makes things a bit easier. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna add an alarm for this. Just realized that I'm feeling very lucky, right? I'm feeling very fortunate at this particular moment. I don't know. I feel nervous. In this weird moment, I'm feeling very fortunate. partly because it occurred to me I haven't had a power outage while I was streaming in a long time. It's not. I have a roof over my head. It's all very nice. Incidentally, this is Luke. I'm Luke from the past, probably, because by the time I share this with anybody, I think a lot of time will have passed. Because I'm sort of playing a lot of Kerbal in 1 week, but I'm not publishing them all in 1 week, I think. Did I set my alarm already? Yeah. Just gonna leave that window there because we use it constantly. Now, our burn is gonna be a little bit off. Look at this nice long rocket. It's very long. A little unwieldy in space. There's little mini Minmus. I forgot it was at the edge of the rings. I thought it was in the inside edge. It's at the outside edge. I forgot about that. We're gonna send a base there. At some point. Tell me I have electric charge. I do. Okay, it just wasn't moving and I was worried. Let's get it pointed the way my brain is pointed. Incidentally, the way we turn things here in Kerbal Space Program is actually magic. We use so-called reaction wheels, but reaction wheels in real life do not function quite with the magic torque that it possesses in Kerbals. I like doing inclined things because and there we go. I like doing inclined burns and stuff because sorry, I got freaked out for a second and then I messed it up. I like doing inclined burns in Kerbal because you get to see rockets flying other than straight lines. Normally they're flat. Everything's always flat. I dislike inclined orbits in Kerbal because it's really a hassle and it's difficult. And this is the same rocket. We've seen this same probe, but I've added some more science here with the hope that we can get a bit more science out of this whole experience. I can safely time accelerate by a factor of 1. 2 times time. 3, 2, 1. 0. Alright. Let's just burn slow now. Oop. Well, there it was. Now we're gonna crash into Dres, but that's okay. We'll do a burn. Can I get... Do it. I can do it! I had a maneuver. I want Dres as the target, though. Okay, let's try doing a retrograde burn while we do a slight normal burn. Look at that lovely equatorial orbit we're going to end up in. That is going to be perfect. Oh, I like this song too. And as I do, I will actually press the button that conveys that sentiment. And then we're going to use time acceleration stability system. And now we fly away. Oh, that's beautiful. I love taking screenshots, even when we're at low resolutions, huh? I Promise, instrumental by Digital Tech. I got scared because on the preview on YouTube, it's a good 15-30 seconds behind. And I was like, why am I time accelerating? Alright, this is going to be a very small burn, so let me thrust limit down. It's still an incredibly small burn. There we go. Now it's a manageable... Like, if it's so tiny, you really need monopropellant You really need a reaction control system to actually do things like this, these tiny maneuvers. But thankfully, we have 100% throttle control in Kerbal Space Program. We're doing an incredibly small burn. Try to get exactly what we planned. Close. Yep. Exactly right. Now, interestingly, we're gonna actually get to fly this mission because, assuming we have the sun, our pad isn't gonna be ready until after we've arrived. So let's just go out there. Where's Drez? Do good. Here it comes. This is the time warping to Drez music. I pressed the space bar. That's scary. You never want to press the space bar. That's the staging button. And we're arriving in the sphere of influence, I think. Oh, this is relaxing, yo. Like that. All right, we're here. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're going to observe this materials bay and get this 13.1 science, as well as the mystery goo. And we've already done these experiments in this area, but we have transmitted them. So that's why they're not worth 100%, because we've already got a digital copy. But now we want a hard copy, and the way we do that is I'm going to press hotkey number 7 for science, and they've stored them in the return canister, which is lovely. So now, hang on, let me quick save there. Add a maneuver at periaps. This kind of music I could listen to a lot. Normally music distracts me. Quite relaxing. I'm excited to get to the part where I launch space stations and capsules and things, because I've built some stuff. I've built some things, and I was trying to explain to Rachel earlier what they were. Incidentally, she was great. I was asking her, I was like, how do I organize my brain? Which seems like a bigger question than you would think. This story makes no sense out of context. Anyway, I just want to record for posterity her suggestion that I take all the different things that were floating in my head, write them on little strips of paper, cut them out, and then I could put them in order physically, because we've discovered that that's how my brain works. I can organize physical objects, but I can't organize concepts, and I can take in concepts, but not disorganized physical object. It's totally backwards. All right. Well, it's not backwards. It's just, it's kind of confusing to try to explain. Pad is ready in 3 hours. Let's add an alarm for this. So we actually won't. All right, this is exciting. The pad is going to be ready before we reach our destination. Which means you get to see one of the launches. Unless, of course, but if it's only a few hours difference. No, 3 hours is enough time to do a launch. If it was 30 minutes, I'd be like, no, because we need to pay attention to two things at once. All right, the pad is ready, so let's delete the old pad. We won't delete the Moho window because we're not going. Are we getting electric charge? We are. All right, so we'll come back to you, Tidal Wave 3. But hopefully you will be able to do what we were looking for from Tidal Wave 2 that had to land unsuccessfully. Look, we got a couple things. There it is. Oh, incidentally, while we're here, let's just take a quick look at Tidal Wave 2 so that I can see what biome it's in, because it looks like it's in the compounded grounds. Yeah. Because I want to make sure to land in the other biome. Alright, Space Center. Good, the music stopped right when we left space. Do I care about time of day for this launch? I'm not sure I do. Incidentally, that was an unmanned launch, so I gotta get out one of my blue dice. Unmanned. I already have a red dice because as much as it is cool to send Gwenvin to the moon, she was the second one to go to the moon and she didn't do anything new, so the red dice keep me from... Oh yeah, this also, I get another red dice because we did a launch. Yeah, I'm supposed to do it when I launch, so I did a red dice for the last launch I did because it has not achieved anything new either. I suppose what I want to do is launch when the Space Center is kind of in the direction of Dres and the moon. Where is the moon, by the way? I mean, I know where the moon is.
I just want to go back.
I think this is a good time of day to launch. What I'm trying to look at is, no, not windowsill, not the moon. Never mind. That's going to be confusing. There's the runway. But what I was trying to look at is the moon's crossing of the plane of Kerbin. And it seems like it's inclined more this way, so we'll be less inclined to the moon if we launch in the next few moments. So let me just put it that way. Alright, nighttime launch. I pressed M to leave the map view. How long have I been streaming? I've alt-tabbing all over the place, probably screwing things up. 32 minutes. Alright. Alright, we got a new craft. We got a new craft to launch. I've done lots of work. By the way, if you're looking here, you'll get spoilers. I was doing lots of testing here. But the craft we are launching now, oh, I'm so excited. You can't tell because I'm kind of tired. I am extremely excited about this. Because with all those parts, with all that science that we got from driving around the Space Center, which was more lucrative than going to the moon, I unlocked this, this, and this. There it is. So we are actually going to be able to build space stations. What we're building up to is the mobile processing lab. That will enable us to sit there and make science from our science, even when we've already earned it. And we're also waiting for this electronics tab for 300 science, but we have to do that afterwards. But that's what we want to get after we got the mobile processing lab, because we need these to send missions to the outer planets. Incidentally, we did not have enough science to get the 3-person capsule, so I had to improvise, but we'll get to that if I have time. So we have developed a new rocket, and in a historic moment, Space Station Centaur is ready to launch. We're going to launch with no crew aboard, so that is safer. Now, Space Station Centaur is launching on, I believe, the Argus 4L rocket. Our new space vehicle. And this thing actually masses 90 tons. Because it's 90.7 and not 91, I am going to do a 9-day delay instead of a 10-day delay, even though technically I'm supposed to do 10. Pad ready, but I'm going to round down in this instance because I could probably go and lighten that, and I don't want to add the alarm without clicking anything. Okay. I knew that would happen. Space Station Centaur. You know what? I want to save. Because I don't think I saved before I started playing this iteration tonight. I got excited and I didn't save. So I've saved now. Space Station Centaur. And nobody's in it yet. We got room for 8, but we're not going to send... There's no escape. Like, if it doesn't successfully go to space, they're in trouble. Not that I don't revert when I make mistakes, because it just wastes too much time. Oh yeah, no, this isn't the Argus. This is the Argus lifter. This is the Argus 2L something. Let me make sure this is the right internals. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. I don't know why I just quick saved. We're on the pad. Z, T. Let's see if I can remember which way this one goes. 5, 6, here we go. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautimous. All right, so we want to stay straight up until we pass 60 meters per second, and then we pitch 5 degrees east, and then we hold that attitude until this passes, and then we do a prograde hold. And then hopefully this works correctly. Nice. I'm not looking at what I'm doing. All right. So far, so good. And I want to be over at 90 a little bit. But this is going to be the space station. We're going to have to rendezvous with the station from now on. And boosters out. They're going to crash into each other. They always do. Yep. Meanwhile, we're still ascending. This thing needs to launch pretty steeply at first because it's got relatively low thrust at a couple different phases of the launch. But our time to apoapsis is still increasing. That's what we want. Look at all the debris we've left behind. Alright, we've switched into orbit prograde, but we still have our apoapse time increasing. I'm enjoying this music. So we're going up to 105 kilometers. Because, well, I was going to say because then it's easier to rendezvous. Actually, the truth is that we're going up to 105 because 100 kilometers is a time warp barrier. So above 100 kilometers, we can warp faster. Now we're going to switch over to the next stage. There we go. This is the Poodle. That was the Skipper, engine-wise. We're at 93, 94, 95. Three, 4, 5. Quick save that. We're going to add a maneuver. At apoapse. This also seems nice. I think I just need an overlay so I can like everything. Oh, this is very nice too. I'm very much in the mood for this. I kind of want to just listen to this not streaming. All right. I hope that this button does what I expect it to. There's the space station. And I do think that the button did what I was expecting it to, thankfully. Let's get pointed at our maneuver marker. We're gonna burn in 1 minute. All right, so I'll show you what we got in a minute. All right. Two, 1, 0. There's the moon out there. There's Drez out there. And Miss must be on the other side right now. So we've got a docking node up front. We've got habitation section, room for 8 Kerbals. This is the side that they can walk through. Technically it doesn't matter, but in my head they only go out this way. Then we've got a giant container of USI life support supplies. 0. How do we do? 106 by 105. That is excellent. Quick save. Let's rotate so that the solar panels point outward. Then there's a sort of utility section back here with the probe control and the batteries and things like that. We've just got basic transmitters, basic solar panels. We haven't invented good solar panels yet. There's no lab. We haven't invented the lab. And then this is its own spacecraft. It's got a docking node on the front and its own independent control, as well as some solar panels, which I just noticed are pointed the wrong way, but that's okay. Lovely music. And we can test out the lights. So we can test out the lights. There we go. But there's nobody inside to enjoy them right now. So we'll turn those off. Save energy, I guess. So anyway, this vessel is, this little probe thing, this upper stage of the rocket is independently controlled, so it can leave someday, but it's also got a monopropellant storage. So we can, monopropellant is what's used on these little thrusters, these little RCS thrusters. So anyway, this thing's in orbit. Of course, we're gonna have to match up orbits with it, which is gonna be kind of tough. So importantly, we need to do something, something we've got to do. If I can find the probe control here. Rename vessel. This is a station. Accept. Space Station Centaur is up. It is not, however, habitated. What's next on our docket, incidentally? Pad isn't ready for 9 days. Oh yeah, so the tidal wave is we're gonna go to the tidal wave. How fast can we time warp on this? Oop, there's the sunrise. $100. So we can go 100 times time acceleration. Faster than this, and we might get kind of dizzy anyway. Ooh, this is fun. This is fun. We're gonna get dizzy soon, but this is really fun going up and down. I'm glad we have an inclined launch site now, because otherwise we wouldn't be getting this amazing view of the rings. However, I'm gonna stop and go to the tracking station, or yeah, I'm gonna go to the actual vessel that we're waiting on. Let's switch to tidal wave. Time check. 40 minutes, all right. Might have time to do this and the other launch, but possibly not. Do we have signal? Yeah, we do. All right. Why do I have? It's not letting me do time warp. Warp here. There we go. I don't know what the problem was there. Alright. Let's time. That's worrying, so hang on, let me save game, save 22. I apologize for this, but we're gonna go to the Space Center and come back, and hopefully we'll have our time warp working again. And the space station was an unmanned launch. But it was kind of a milestone. I'm gonna remove the milestone dice when we have people on the space station and it's working. That's my thought. Fly. Please work. I might have done a weird setting. There we go, it's working. Hooray! Hopefully we'll have signal for this maneuver. What's happening? Close alarm. Oh, okay, I see. It was just showing us the first top. Well, we are getting a relay from there. It won't help all that much. Look, we're gonna go right over our brother. What is the... We're still in space high, so let's ignore that. And this is going to be a... Wait, hang on. This burn is going to be absurdly long. Let me fix this. There we go. So let me actually delete that and add a new alarm for that now that my numbers are correct. What an interesting orbit is going on here. We're going to leave and then fly out into interplanetary space. That's what that means. Here we go. This is the flying in over Drez music. Dance. We've seen this before, but we're doing our capture burn or our insertion burn or whatever you call it. 3, 2, 1, 0. One, 0. Alright, an 18 by 18 kilometer orbit. Even when I was trying not to be obsessive, like, we get quite precise sometimes. Alright, so now I don't want to land in the compounded grounds. Confounded compounded grounds. I assume that these are the dark lands or whatever. Darklands. We're getting a few of them as we pass over, but we have to land in the sun anyway. It's fun to watch the relays. Oh, we've lost signal, but we'll get it back. Darklands, there it is. And there was something funky over here as well. So what we want is to do a maneuver here, add maneuver there. We're not going to add the maneuver. Delete the maneuver. Drez landing. Save. I like this music, y'all. I never used to say y'all, but I do now. Ooh, pretty. Also got to remember to to do the other experiments now that we're in low orbit. Observe this materials bay. And observe this mystery goo. Keep. And now we're gonna suck them into the storage module. So now these are empty. All right. Remember, we don't want to go too low on Dres. Dres has 8.5 kilometer peaks. That was already pretty low, but I think we'll be okay. We might be, well, this is why we save. Let's turn around. Let's switch into surface view, because now we're coming in for a landing. Very slowly. Alright, I'm going to start concentrating. Hoping that we're going to have signal, but it's now occurring to me that I didn't double check this. Oh yeah, we might not have signal where we're going. We might have to wait for a better time. Yeah, we might have to wait for... We might have to let it rotate. Assuming we don't crash into the surface. I didn't think to look at that. I always forget that the... Oh my goodness, we are very close to the surface. Now, we actually can control the vessel with maneuver holds. It's just quite difficult to... This looks much better than the moon did. I don't know what was going on with the moon. It's still, you know, it's my computer, but it looks good. So we can technically control the craft with the maneuver holds, and we can go full throttle and zero throttle. But that's not great. So I'm not going to start braking until I get signal. And so I think we're going to pass over where we want to be. Yeah, because this is the Darklands. This is where we want to be landing. And yeah, I don't think we're going to get signal at any point. Oh wow, we've got some... There's also some stuff down here. Ruptured something. So right around here, there's some interesting other biomes, possibly. Now, of course, if we crash, we will quick load. Oh, we got our signal back. Well, can we land in the Darklands? No, we're back in the compounded grounds. Oh, we're in the ruptured bottoms. I think we've overshot where we needed to be. So I'm going to be quick loading, I think. I'm just going to go ahead and quick load because I kind of know that we need to. I kind of know that that's what I've decided to do, so instead of wasting our time. Because I could have done it. It's just not necessarily safe, you know? Even if we can do it, we might lose signal again. The safer thing to do would be to turn around. The safer thing to do would be to load the save before we did it. Since I'm shamelessly cheating today, apparently. Man, I have too many saves. When it went awry. This one was called Dres Landing. I need to delete these. Dres Landing. Load. Hopefully that was before I burned the engines, because that's going to save fuel. Going back in time is always very fuel efficient. So let's actually switch to tidal wave 2. This is going to get a little intense. Look at that. All right. So we want to land here, which means we want... Oh, it's never going to point... Oh my gosh. It's never going to point the right direction. Is it? Are we tidally locked? Rotational period, 39 days. Let's just observe. Does it actually rotate? I think I had forgotten this. I'd forgotten how planets work. You know why? Because Minmus in the stock game Minmus does rotate, even though it's a moon. But I think this is tidally locked. So those dark lands, ruptured bottoms, huh? We're right over the ruptured bottoms now. So that's where we want to... This is where we want to land. We want to land here. Yeah. I want to look at Jerez. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. We're going to warp there. We had to go around another time. See, because it is rotating. I can see it rotating, but I'm pretty sure it's tidally locked with Kerbin, which means that it will never be visible. Kerbin will never be visible from that location. So until we have more relay coverage, it will never be safe to land there. So instead, we're going to try to land in this blob. It seems like these are the compounded lands, and these are the dark lands. But we don't have signal. For Pete's sake. At least I can do this. I'm just hitting ZX. Alright. I don't want to go any lower because I might crash. Alright, now let's warp here. We'll quick save because this took a long time to get there. I thought I was going to have landed by now. Look at that. Well, you will have to wait till next time to see the space capsule, but that's okay. Good to have something to do. All right, so surface, we're going to look for impact biome, impact time. Don't need to look at vessels and orbit very much right now. I mostly just need to look at surface. All right. Actually, I don't want to time warp quite that far. I'm about to come over that big ridge, and then there's another big mountain, and then I want to land. So, I think we're going to start decelerating now. Okay, we're going to impact into the dark lands, so that's good. Let's warp here. This is nerve-wracking. It's a good thing when things are very curvy. Okay. We're in the compounded ground still. Confounded, compounded. I think if we go here, that'll be alright, but I want to reduce speed. Because we're going very fast. I'm going to start burning. There's light grounds as well, as opposed to dark grounds. And Let's see, add maneuver, focus on vessel, delete. So that's where we want to go. There we go. We want to keep slowing down. Alright. Gonna burn to reduce our falling velocity. I'm looking at the map more than I normally do. Alright, this is my vertical speed. I want to keep that relatively low. We can burn all of this fuel because it's not going to do us any good. Hang on, I have to pause so that I can have not a lyrics song. Okay, we've reduced our descent rate. I'm just worried about tipping over. Let's point retrograde. Now what happened? We had let's have epic. Maybe we'll get a sea shanty. We had such good music. All right. All right. Our descent rate is now only 10 meters per second. We're falling very slowly here. We can burn all this fuel. We can be really, really inefficient with this because we can't land on this stage anyway. Observe materials bay. Keep. Observe mystery goo. Keep. Apparently, my save had something happened that hadn't been done. So anyway, that's scary. How high are we? What's going on? Surface altitude. We're still 300 meters up. I can't see a thing. Can we go that way, please? Oh, whoa. What are we doing? Music is throwing me off really bad. Okay, I have to pause the music because the music keeps changing moods so entirely, and I am flying all over the place. How high am I? What's happening? Here. We did it! Did I lose my engine? No. What broke? All those other things. But that's fine. Okay, don't fall over. Stop! What are you doing? No! Why? Why did that happen? We were fine. We were absolutely fine with this piece of junk. That had been incredible. That was amazing. Why did it do that? I tried to fix it and it fell down. I'm salty about this. I'm gonna have to stop because it's been an hour. Ah, I'm gonna have to redo that landing. What the hell even happened over there? Now it's just rolling down the hill. Did I get my science? Because at the last minute I realized that I hadn't done my science experiment, even though there's video evidence that I did. Why did it fall down? Do a quick save like that, and then which way to sit up? If I get it oriented like this, and I do, well, while we're here, let's just do all the science we're here to do, for Pete's sake. Keep. All right. What? There's no way to get it to sit back up again. I just don't understand why. You know what? I know how. I know how to get it to sit back up again. I can turn off gravity, because for frick's sake. Hack. Close. Oh. Actually, I have to turn it off. There we go. Because I had it. I don't know what the bug is with this landing gear. We're going to get it to sit on its surface. Now we've gone very high, because that's what happens with hack gravity. But I'm going to get this thing to sit still. I don't know what the problem is. I've never understood with this landing gear. I should have replaced the landing gear. I forgot. Anyway, I've cheated again, but you know what? That's what we're doing. Because I worked really hard on that landing, and it was such chaos, and it finally worked, and it was amazing, and it was stolen from me. See, there's the surface. This is what hack gravity does. I have to be careful. We even left debris. It's rolling down the hill, though. Rolling down the hill very slowly because of hack gravity. Okay. Okay. Just stay like that. Can we just point straight up? Just point straight up. And now I'm going to slowly ease it in. And then slowly ease it in. Reset. Unhack. Close. There we go. What was the problem? It was fine. I just don't understand. It's like as soon as I touched it, it started falling over, even though I was trying to get it to sit up. Right. No idea. All right. Victory, everybody. I think I'll call this episode Desperate Measures. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we did the science. It didn't matter. Just now, now we get to go somewhere. Incidentally, are we in the ruptured bottoms now? Where were we before? Review data. Yeah. Samples are quiet. Too quiet. Okay, keep. Sort of a strange name for a biome, guys. Okay. Well, it's been an hour and 10 minutes. Let's have the satisfaction of going home. F5. Where's east? I don't have hat gravity on. Nope. Go. There's no qualms. I mean, there's slight qualms. I've never turned hat gravity on in the middle of a career to fix a mistake before, but I was salty. But as soon as I calmed down about it, this has been a huge success. I think that it could have been avoided. This issue could have been avoided had I remembered that I had invented new landing gear and just put the new landing gear on the vehicle. Which means, you know, basically equivalent of having, like, reverted to that, something like that. So let's keep burning prograde, orbit prograde until we get to 9 kilometers, maybe? Nine. All right, add a maneuver at Apo. To circularize. Now let's keep burning, because yeah, we gotta go past 10 kilometers or we have to wait for time warp to be silly. There we go. Now we'll add two, 1, 0. Beautiful. All right, let's have this silly music back. Okay. All right, now we've done what we needed to do. And look, we have enough Delta V that we could probably land again in a different place. We probably could have done a hop, but we don't have enough experiments to really care. The alternative to not having cheated on this mission, because I could do the same thing with this one. I could turn on hat gravity and make this one fly away, but this one, the problem wasn't that it was falling over. The problem was that it didn't have enough fuel. It wasn't designed to have enough fuel. This one was designed to have enough fuel. And it had plenty left, and it landed, and everything was fine. Just, yeah. Anyway. So let's go home. I'm gonna stop justifying my use of the debug menu. I'll try to stop justifying my use of the debug menu. All right. Add an alarm. This maneuver. And let's fly over the surface. Cheers. Sorry for my grumpies. What we got over there? I don't know. I think that's our landed. It's our other craft. Landed on the hilltop. There it is. Hello, friend. This is the closest they'll be to each other. Ah. It's warm. It's warm in here all of a sudden. I can't go any faster, can I? No. Well, I will end when we arrive home. Oh, it's already an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, well, we'll conclude. We'll conclude. Feel free to tap forward in the video, but I want this resolved. Should have gone to 15 kilometers, and then we could have done 100 times warp, and everything would have been fine. Ooh, we get to see a sunrise. I'm trying to fill space. See, space. Not air, space. I've now got 3 red dice on my computer stand and 2 blue dice. But as soon as we have, well, we're gonna get more dice again on the next launch, because there again won't be Kerbals. Ooh, that's pretty. But I think that perhaps the launch after that. Oh wow, we're having one of those alignments. There's the moon there too. Alright, we're coming home. I was going to say, the launch after the next launch will probably have Kerbals on it. We could put Kerbals on the next launch because I have tested it. I know that it's not going to kill them, but I like the idea that we have to do, we have to do one flight with something. Maybe that's silly. We haven't done that hitherto. We didn't send a test vehicle to see if, oh, maybe screw it. It's getting more complicated, but I think we're probably fine. We'll probably just send them up with our new capsule, and then the test will be whether or not they come back successfully. And if they don't, well, we'll reload and cheat again, I guess. There are no rules. But it's hard enough. It's hard enough as it is. And what accepting failure means in this game is just your time out of real life spent doing the boring parts of the game, you know? That's my excuse. Yeah. I said I was going to stop justifying, but I didn't. Well. Alright, let's go. Away we go. Be in locked, no, auto camera. Bye-bye, Drez. We're finally gonna get science from you. Hope, here's hoping. All it took was turning on the debug menu and launching a ridiculously unnecessarily large rocket. I mean, look how much spare Delta V I have. I just kind of threw money at it. By money, I mean not worrying too much. Incidentally, though, the pad might be ready before we get home. So this might all have been extra time in the video for naught. Close that. Okay. We've switched through. No. Pad is ready in 6 days, and we're going to hit the atmosphere in 5. Home we go. We take a lot of screenshots. Okay. Time warp complete. So this is what we want to do. We'll quick save, and now we want to press the 7 button again and pull all the experiments into here. So now we should have 8. Okay, review stored data 8. We've got temperature, 1 material study, 1 mystery goo, 2 material studies, 2 mystery goos, 3 mystery goos, 3 material studies, 1 atmospheric pressure, I think we're missing something. Something got lost. Select all. Review stored data. Ruptured bottoms. Space high. Space high. Space near. Space near. Ruptured. Ruptured. Atmospheric pressure. Maybe there was a duplicate that it couldn't... Oh, it's a duplicate. But that'll come home, so that's fine. Alright. So let's not quite point the right direction. And then when we get here, we're gonna decouple. And then we're gonna point prograde. And then we're gonna hope that that was all correct. Oh, it's gonna hit us. Okay, alright, that was not good. Make sure you point surface program. You can tell from the mouse how much that scared me. Man, we heat up fast. Wow. Oh, temperature gauges are on. Let's turn that off. All disabled. There we go. Man, here we go. Plenty of heating. Dun da 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 dun da 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 da. Yeah, well, if you've made it this far, thank you. I apologize for the extra saltiness and extra waiting. But, we should get... I'm hoping we're going to get at least 70 science. I don't know what we're going to get from this. Really don't. But it'll be something. But it'll be painful. Hopefully it won't be painful. Unless it's like 12. It's... I mean, I've gone through all the numbers. I should have a rough sense of how much it is, but I didn't look. Beautiful. I love having a planet with rings. It's fun to live on a planet with rings. And... do the one parachute at first. Uh-huh. And now we just have to wait. You know what I think would be best for everybody's mental health? Is if I say goodnight now. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I promise that this is going to land safely. Thank you for watching very much. Have a great week, weekend, whenever it is that I upload this. Happy New Year if it's not past already. Maybe it won't be Christmas yet. I have no idea when I'm going to publish this. Hope you're doing alright. Hope everything's okay. And, yeah, stay Kerbal-y.